Matrics were writing business studies at 9 o'clock this morning, and some are meant to sit for their dance studies. But videos on social media show some pupils and parents intimidated this morning, preventing them, or rather taxi drivers preventing them from going to school. Let's chat to the Gauteng Education Department spokesperson, Dr. Steve Mabona. Thank you very much for your time. Now, has the department heard anything from any school about a matric pupil not being able to arrive for the exam today?
Well, when we check on our stats, we don't have an absent candidate. We have candidates which arrived late, and I guess we've already indicated that as part of the concessions, we started an hour late with those ones, and we also have those who did not go to their centers. They were given a concession to go to the neighboring centers, and they were allowed to ride there. We were affected in Johannesburg, part of Tshwane, Soshanguve, Mabopane, Mamelodi, part of. Ekurhuleni, we did not experience anything. Sidibeng as well did not. In the West Rand, part of West Rand as well, we were affected. So generally, we are quite happy. And we did actually encourage parents to say, let them make sure that learners at least arrive. And our chief invigilators will be in a position to administer them. So the afternoon paper, it's a different candidates that are coming. And we are hopeful that we're not going to experience challenges because probably there won't be any roadblocks or any hindrance on the road.
What will we do, Dr. Mabona, if the strike prolongs, for instance, if it goes further than today? Are there any plans perhaps that the department will have in place to keep pupils and teachers safe, of course, but to also avoid more intimidation?
Look, we had an assurance from the law enforcement agencies that they would not tolerate any intimidation, and we saw a statement from the Gauteng Traffic Police as well. They've echoed that sentiment. So we are quite convinced that the law enforcement agencies will assist us. What we encourage parents is to try to arrange for alternative transport and make sure that at least learners arrive. Don't say, look at the time and say probably it will be 1 hour, 30 minutes late. We will be in a position to manage on arrival, all the candidates that will be at our disposal. Our chief invigilators, they are well empowered on how to manage candidates, and it will just be recorded as an irregularity. It happens on everyday basis. It's not only when there's a strike. You do have irregularities of some sort. Learners that are writing from different centers, it does happen. So that concession will then be invoked. So from where we're sitting, we are quite satisfied, but we just discourage, parents to engage in any marches and trample on other people's constitutional rights. Because when you have rights, you also need to take heed that other people have rights. So we just need to be cautious and make sure that other people can still go with their business while you are marching or, exercising your constitutional right.
Now, at a briefing by the National Department of Education, Dr. Kufas Poliash actually announcing today, Dr. Mabona, that matric pupils who contract COVID-19 across the country can write at home. Invigilators are, of course, supposed to be there. But I know that Gauteng has NASREC, for instance. Is Gauteng just going to stick to their intervention of NASREC? And also, how many pupils, are there any pupils, matric pupils at NASREC already right now?
No, as the province, we take heed from what National is saying. If they instruct that we need to manage it in that way, we just look at the number of candidates that are involved. And each and every candidate has its own, challenges. So you treat those cases, on their own merits. We have about 4 candidates that are writing at NASREC. Today they were not writing because they're not doing business studies, but we are quite happy and satisfied with the management of that examination there. They wrote twice already, and the management of their writing was quite satisfactory. We are happy, and we are hopeful that we will continue with NASREC. But if we are advised otherwise, we cannot say we will just stick to what we have planned, because remember, National is administering the examination. We need to conform to what the instructors to do as their regulations.
Well, thank you very much. That's Steve Mabona, the spokesperson of the Gauteng Education Department. Thank you for your time.